TechEd here, and today we will be talking about the MacBook Air. But before we get started, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like the video. Alright, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, the MacBook Air. MacBook Air is actually $899 right now in the education store, so I would recommend everyone to buy this if you're in college and not pay the premium price. And I believe if you buy this around back to school time, back to school sales, you get a free Beats. I believe it matters about what model you get, like MacBook Air, MacBook Pro. It really depends, but I believe you can get a Beats Solo, a Beats Studio, and what's it called? I think it's a Beats speaker based on the model you get. But correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, but I believe that's how Apple's doing it this year as well. All right, so this is the MacBook Air. Apple prides the lightness and the speed of the MacBook Air. It is extremely fast, as I own one, and I can confirm this statement. It is relatively light, but nothing compared to what it used to be back in 2011. But I still, for nowadays laptops, light, I can agree. This is extremely light. It is incredibly thin, and it is more elegant than a MacBook Pro, as it has this like a cheese kind of shape. It has like a really it starts off really small and it gets really big at the back. So it has a really nice design. This MacBook in particular comes with a Retina display and a new Magic Keyboard and Touch ID. Touch ID is perhaps very unexpected in 28 whenever it came out in 2018 to have Touch ID. No one expected it. We all expected just a keyboard, a trackpad, and just a refreshed screen. But turns out they exceeded our expectations. But over the past 2 years, it's been the same exact MacBook Air. All right. So they're saying it's like a wedge shape. Yeah, like a cheese wedge. All right. It's created from 100% recycled aluminum. So if you guys are environmentally friendly, I suggest you guys cop this monitor, as it's perhaps the most green laptop on the market right now, and it has an all day battery life. But if you guys are running heavy programs or like maybe light video editing and photoshopping on this, I don't think it'll last the whole day. Maybe at most 10 hours if you're doing that. But for streaming and internet surfing, I think it'll serve its purpose. So it is the most popular Mac right now, and it can do it all except heavy gaming and editing. But I don't think most people looking into a MacBook Air would actually want those features. So it is a Retina display. It's a crazy display. It has 4 million pixels, and I believe it has 221 pixels per inch. This is extremely good. Like, it's really crisp. The contrast ratio is amazing, and like I can't say anything else about this. It's crazy good. And yeah, with the resolution of 2560 by 1200 or 1600, it's slightly higher than a 440p QHD. So it's right now in the middle between QHD Quad HD, which is like, if you guys, I can explain what Quad HD is. So Quad HD is it's a kind of HD where it has more pixels per inch, but it isn't quite 4K. So you have the regular 1080p HD, right? And that's just solid. You got the 1080, you got the 1080 pixels when you had your monitor, right, or laptop, and it's what you see on like a base TV, like a basic TV. Now you got the 1440p's. Well, these are a little bit higher end. These could cost premiums for $200-$300 on a laptop, and this price range is around $500 laptops. And then we got the Quad HD laptops. These are around $700 or $800 laptops. And then this is odd. It's a little odd to have this resolution because it's not quite 4K, but it's not quite HD. It's like in the middle. Apple calls it HD, but I think it's a little bit better than HD in my opinion. And yeah, it's out of it's 1600. If you guys don't know, I think it's 4096 by 2160 pixels. So for the everyday average consumer, this is an excellent excellent monitor for your needs, like Netflix streaming and Hulu and Disney Plus. All right. So yeah, Apple is basically saying that yes, it's a very very good screen. Yes, it's a 13.3-inch screen, okay? MacBook Airs don't come in a 15.6 or 15-inch screen, 16-inch screens. They don't come with that, but they do come with True Tone technology. True Tone technology is where a computer will adapt to the lights. So let's say you're in a really dark room, your computer will automatically lower your brightness to what is recommended for that amount of darkness, and it'll provide a really soothing effect on your eyes rather than having to manually do it. Honestly, I think True Tone is kind of like a little excessive because honestly, if we're in a dark room, we're just gonna lower the brightness anyways. So I mean, it's kind of excessive, but it's neat for someone that's like someone who's really really busy and working on their laptop and doesn't have the time to just like stop and uh, change the brightness. It has really good text clarity. I can approve that, and 48% more colors. Yes, but you see how it has a three right here? I think it's 48 more percent more colors than a MacBook back from 2011. But we can see that at the bottom. So let's keep going. Performance, easy to bring along, totally brings it. So here they're playing a Sonic game, Sonic the Hedgehog, and this is not a really graphically intense game like Fortnite or Warzone, but it's decently intense. So for this kind of Mac, it can run these games, but you can run those heavy games. All right, so the MacBook packs a heavy-duty performance of just 2.8 pounds, extremely light, as I said, and it is available in a quad-core Intel i7 processor. This is really strong, but I do not recommend you guys get this because if you guys get this, the fan in the Mac can't. I don't think it can run that fast because I've heard that my friends have bought these computers and they have said that their Mac heats up so much when they're using the i7, but when they go to their i3, no i5 and i3, it's not, it doesn't heat up. It's like perfect temperature. So if you guys want to go with the quad core Intel i7 processor, you might as well go with the Mac Pro because if you I don't think this big of a processor is needed for this kind of laptop. But if it floats your boat, I'd recommend to get it. And it has 80% faster graphics and performance. It has a 4 right here, so we don't. It's comparing, I believe, to a older version of Mac, not like the 2018, 2019 versions, like before that. And yeah, it's saying that it can go up to 16 gigabytes of high performance memory. 16 gigabytes is pretty good for gaming, like good gaming, but that's gonna cost you a lot of money, and I don't know if it's recommended for this kind of laptop because it might heat up the laptop a lot. I don't even think this. I'm pretty yeah. I know that this laptop doesn't have a fan. It has this like cooling system, not like 2019 and 2018 versions which have a fan. But yeah, and it's up to a 2 terabyte SSD storage. I recommend getting this if you need the storage because Apple doesn't let you um, get more storage in the future after you've bought it. So if you want the storage, you better get it now. If you want the CPU, you better get it now. If you want the if you want the if you want more RAM, you better get it now because there's no way you can do it like without like a trained professional, and even with the trained professionals, it's a high risk to change the RAM and CPU and everything because it's glued into the Mac. So I recommend you guys to get the highest terabyte version. I have I have a 512 gigabytes, and I think I have an earlier version, but it's 256 512. I forgot what it was, but it's not this big because I don't need it. But some people who have like lots of photos and trying to store stuff, I recommend getting a bigger storage. It's SSD as well, so it's not a hard drive, so it'll store a lot faster. Keyboard Field of Magic. This year they have released a new kind of keyboard. This keyboard has it's different. It's a magic keyboard. It's like the ones you see on your iMacs and stuff. That the magic keyboards. So it has the same kind of keyboard. They stopped doing the what's it called? They have stopped doing the butterfly keyboard as it's caused a lot of issues for people and it's pretty loud. But I didn't mind the butterfly keyboard. It helped me type a lot faster. But this keyboard is as good as the other one. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but a lot of people like the Magic Keyboard, so I see why Apple did it. It was first seen in the 16-inch MacBook Pro from last year. Yes, you guys should get it if you have a MacBook Pro at 16-inch, so that you don't have to like adjust between the new one and the old one. But if you guys are new MacBook Air users and you're debating whether to buy one of these or like a Windows laptop, it has a Magic Keyboard. So you guys can go like after this like a coronavirus, yeah, after this coronavirus kind of thing, you might want to go to the store and you might want to try one out. So the refined scissor mechanism with 1 millimeter of travel delivers responsive, comfortable, and a quiet typing experience. Inverted T arrows help you carry your lines of code. All right, yeah. So they're basically saying it's a pretty precise keyboard and it should last a while. The Force touchpad, they've increased it 20%, but I believe this is compared to the 2011 version. I don't think it's comparing to the 2018 2019 versions because they're the exact same. They just changed the keyboard. But correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, but it's a Force Touch trackpad, so you're actually not clicking that. It's actually like it's giving you like a little vibrating effect every time you press it, like as if you have your iPhone 8, iPhone 7s. When you press your home button on those, you feel like it feel the phone just vibrates. You're not actually pressing anything. So I recommend you get this if you're purchasing if you don't want to damage it over time, because I've seen a lot of pads like getting like the keys getting destroyed or like it's starting to go wear away, because this is like really good uh high quality trackpad. So I think this is like one of a kind. I don't think I've seen this anywhere else with the trackpad of this quality. So maybe it's also made out of aluminum, not plastic. So that's a pretty good thing Apple's done so it'll last longer. So Touch ID, your fingerprints, your password. Yes, Touch ID. It's very secure and it's really beneficial for your passwords. I only use it for my passwords. Like it's just so good. It's whenever you have like a password that's like 20 characters long, right? You can just use your finger and finish it without having to waste so much time. And it also enables Apple Pay, so now you can buy stuff online much faster than you would have had to before. But other than that, I mean, you can log into your computer using Touch ID, but Touch ID doesn't work when you turn on your computer from shutdown. It requires you to type in your password just as if you had an iPhone. So that's a pretty important thing. It comes with the Apple T2 security chip. It's a newer second gen version. Basically, all your data is stored in your SSD and fully encrypted. And thanks to the T2 security chip, MacBook Air's familiar voice, "Hey Siri," is always going to be on the ready. So you can say it, but I'm not going to say it because it might activate mine. I'm lucky it didn't just do that just now, but so that's good. All right, so speakers and cameras. So speakers, they have two speakers right here and right here. These are extremely high quality loudspeakers. I honestly think they're better than my JBLs, but my JBL can go louder. That's the only reason why I have it. But these speakers are amazing, and the camera's a really good high quality HD camera. It's almost as good as your phone cameras, but it's not quite at that level yet. But it's pretty good, and it has a little green light where it tells you to focus on, so that you can make sure you're looking at the camera at all times, which is pretty beneficial because sometimes people lose track of what they're doing and they may be looking in a different direction instead of being looking at the camera. So yeah, they are saying there's 2 times more bass, 25% more volume, has FaceTime HD to call one to one group calls, and a 3 microphone array to capture your voice more accurate. Yes, the microphone's good, but I'm not using the microphone right now, so I don't recommend using a microphone either because you're gonna catch a lot of white noise, because unless you're sitting right next to your computer, like face in the computer, it's gonna catch white noise. So I recommend you using a mic or a headphone mic to help out. And here it says a 3 and a 3, so I'm pretty sure this compares it to the 2011 model. Again, correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. And let's go into Thunderbolt 3. One for all in one. Thunderbolt 3 is an extremely fast, also known as USB-C. It's extremely fast. I think it can do 40 gigabytes per second. Yeah, it goes 40 gigabytes per second, and it's reversible. So no matter how way you plug it in, it's always writes it up. I think this is just a punchline. It's not that funny, but this is what really caught my eye. 6K display. That is crazy high graphics. So like I don't even think YouTube videos get that high. But correct me if I'm wrong. But 6K displays. This one port can take that, and it's in a MacBook Air. Keep that in mind as well. So if you guys have a random 6K display laying around in your house, you can just plug it in, and yeah, it can go to storage, charging. It's basically for everything. Like you don't need to have like special ports, and I recommend getting an adapter or a port replicator. If you guys want me to make a video about a port replicator, please comment down below, and I can make a video about a port replicator. And devices, yeah, so I think Apple might be moving. This might be hinting that Apple's moving into the USB-C realm for their Apple products or iPhone I products. I guess you can call them I products. So yeah, they might be moving in. So this Thunderbolt 3 USB-C seems to be the new normal. All right, so let's keep going. So it's Matt Catalina. Matt Catalina is much better than Mojo. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it allows your iPad to actually act as a secondary display for your Mac, which I feel like if you have those old iPads laying around in your house, they don't work. So they don't work. Don't do that. I messed up. So they actually it's only for iPads higher than iPad Air 2. Anything before an iPad Air 2, it's not gonna work. But I would do your own research before Sidecar. If you want me to make a video about Sidecar, I sure can. And yeah, you can use it as a second display, so it's pretty neat. So Mac plus iPhone all together now. So yes, there's a arcade and handoff. So sometimes I'll be texting on my phone, right? And I need to set it down, or like I get a call or something. So I'm calling them, and I'm able to work on that same thing as I'm calling them on my Mac, which is extremely helpful. As sometimes you need to answer calls, and you are sending us another important email at the same. It's really good for busy people. So like, let's say Johnny texts me, right? And Johnny says, "Oh, you need to sign off on this." So so I can see I'm typing to Johnny, and then my friend calls me and says, "Oh, yo, we need to go to so and so place to buy so and so." I can still be working on my Mac and on my iPhone at the same time. And I believe this works with all iPhones running iOS 14, but or iOS 13. So yeah, and these are the built-in apps. If you guys need to know these, GarageBand is a really nice app, and iMovie is a really nice app. These apps cost a premium in the App Store, I believe. For like certain devices, it costs money to get. Um, and this is really good for making beats and songs and everything. And it's pretty professional grade. Like it's not gonna be as good as your like real like as your paid versions, but it's the best free version out there. And then iMovie is it's not as good as Final Cut Pro, but it's pretty good for editing small videos and just editing in general. But I don't recommend you guys using iMovie. I recommend you guys buying Final Cut Pro if you guys are doing some hardcore editing. But if you guys are buying Final Cut Pro, don't buy on a MacBook Air, and buy it on a MacBook Pro because it's more worth it. So yeah, they're saying it's made out of aluminum, 100% recycled, and that's gonna lower the carbon emissions. And aluminum is really strong. So yeah, so now they're saying that you can trade up to $690 toward a new Mac. So yes, upwards. So if you have an older Mac, you might not get the full value, but honestly, it's worth a try to see how much you can get. But if they're offering you less than $200, I don't think it's really worth it unless you just want the MacBook off your hand. So I'll link this website. I'll link the MacBook website here. I hope you understand. Oh yeah, one more thing. Let's go down here, okay? So right here, you can see all the specifications. Yeah, see, they're comparing it to the non-Retina MacBook Air 2011 model. So yeah, they're comparing it to the older version. So don't get tricked like this is much better than the 2019 version. You need to go buy a 2020. I honestly think they're pretty much equally in strength. This is just more like a budget version. But see, also these right here, these are all conducted like when it has a 4 next to anything I read up there, it means that it was conducted with the best of the best version. That this might cost over $2,000. So don't trust this fully. Don't trust the stats fully, okay? Because sometimes these stats will be inflated heavily, and you might want to check before you purchase. And yeah, you need to be 18 years old. Yes, you'll get an Apple Store gift card. Remember that. You're not going to get cash for this. So you can't just trade this and run off with the cash. They're going to be an Apple Store gift card, and then you would have to come in and you would get it. And this trade-in is based on a 2019 MacBook Air version. So 2011 version will not get this much. And Apple Arcade requires a subscription. So don't think you're going to get a arcade subscription if you buy this or buy any Apple products. So yeah, let's see. Let's buy it. Let's see how the specifications work. My Wi-Fi is a little bit laggy. All right. So yeah, so you get to pay for your Mac 12 months, 0% APR with the Apple Card. Just apply it and you can get it. But honestly, I'm pretty sure you can go on Best Buy and other websites where you can get this for better prices. But if you're a student, you should buy from here. All right, so yeah, it comes with the i3 processor, the i5, and I believe like let's select the for the sake of the video, let's select the $1,299 version. All right, it's loading. It's loading. Okay, so yeah, so right here, it's saying that there's fast free, no contact delivery. So if you guys are worried about the virus, you can basically. I don't think I'll get demonetized for saying coronavirus. Maybe I will, but it's okay. I don't think this video is gonna get monetized anyways. So yeah, it says fast free, no contact delivery, free easy returns. So yeah, this is really beneficial during this time, so you don't get sick. And yeah, this is basically the basic list of specs. Intel Iris Plus graphics. Um, I don't think this is like amazing graphics card, but it's decent. So yeah, it says you can trade it in. You can basically trade it in right here, and yeah, so you can select the best of the best. So let's select the best of the best model. So it says let's get the i7. Let's get the 16 gigs of RAM. Let's get the 2 terabyte storage. Yeah, see, it's like $2,000 for the best version. So honestly, I don't recommend getting this. I recommend you just getting the best, like the 16-inch Max. If you're gonna be paying $2,000, it's not worth it. And yeah, this is what comes in the box. It's a MacBook Air, a USB-C, and a 30-volt USB-C power adapter. This might not be this might not last forever, and you might need to get another one. But for me right now, it's still working. This is a really long USB-C, so don't worry about that. And it no longer comes with an extension anymore, where you can hook up an extension plug and still get like 4 or 5 meters of cable. But other than that, please subscribe to my channel and um, leave a comment below suggesting anything I should do. It's my second video, and like, subscribe. Yeah, you know the goal. And yeah, thank you for watching this video, and please stay tuned for next time.